Oh yeah.
That'll be all right. So you go over there with Steve and grab a little mic.
Yeah, so we talk into there.
Your teammates on the chain and slight change of location.
Yeah. We've been doing photogrammetry. We just finished taking all the pictures and took them down. I guess some of the challenges is I definitely needed to get some help from the TAs. Because this is not something you can do on your own, especially with how crumbly this outcrop is. It is very, very, very crumbly.
Can you demonstrate any of that just to show folks?
Yeah. Like if you go up, it just kind of like falls down.
Very loose. You can get up there on the outcrop, break chunks off very easily.
Red, so I'm guessing it's some of the, oh gosh, mowing copy maybe?
Do you think this looks more sedimentary? Do you think this looks volcanic?
I'm not sure.
Okay. Are you planning on bringing any pieces of it back with you?
I could get a piece or two maybe.
Okay, yeah, great.
I'll do that.
So then for your photogrammetry, I think we caught you just after you took down your targets,
Yeah.
but what kind of area were you imaging here with the photogrammetry?
We did right until there's like a little divot there, so we did kind of till there. I don't know, do you want me to go over there?
No, I'd say maybe 20, 30 feet that way.
Yeah, and
Okay.
then we did till about, there's like a little alcove with some shadows, so we didn't want to catch that because it would be a little hard to get in the program. So we kind of stopped at that kind of point.
So maybe like a 50, 60 foot sort of
Yeah.
wide area is what you're going after here. Okay, great. Yeah, anything else that comes up that you want to share with the folks online?
Not really.
Okay.
It's just very, very crumbly.
Sure.
I was not expecting it. I guess that's something you can't really see from remote sensing all the way.
Demonstrate the crumbliness.
Yeah, very friable.
This is Anna.
We can't hear you up there, Anna, so just shout out if you wish.
What?
We can't hear you,
People
so
don't
relay
be able
anything you
hear
want to share.
But just we can relay what you say. So Anna's
I'm just demonstrating.
Anna's demonstrating the crumbliness.
Structure to it, but at the same time, it's kind of loose gravel.
There is some structure to it, but it's kind of very loose.
beauty.
Yeah, for the folks at home, that's Anna up there, increasing the erosion of this particular outcrop.
I have a comment from the online group. CC just notes that it's crazy how clinky it sounds,
Yes.
that it's brittle sounding. And now someone's asking, are those the drones that sound like you're being swarmed by bees?
Yes.
Yes, there is a drone out right now that is mapping the site from above.
Cool.
Yeah, so that's the buzzing that you all hear at home.
Just coming overhead again. I'll probably hear it. Right. Let's
Okay.
go through to the next slide.
Great. Thank you.
Really appreciate that.
Okay.
So the folks will still be able to hear you, Steve.
Sure, we can do that. We'll take advantage of, well, actually, question for Sen, will any of our equipment interfere with the GPR?
Just check on it. That's a good question.
We'll talk at you for a little bit.
Talking out it will be lovely. So you'll mute your device.
Okay, so here's a mic. If you can just talk into there.
All right.
We're just talking with some of the online folks. Tell us a little bit about what you've been up to, what you're doing now, what you've done so far, any challenges you've run into.
All right. So we are doing GPR data right now. Ground penetrating radar. So we're getting about, we're using a 250 megahertz antenna and getting about like 20 feet into the ground. We've already run 2 lines so far. One that started right there behind Liss and went around up on this ridge all the way to...
Just check.
I get it now. Sorry, with the delay. We're good.
Okay, cool. And so we went all the way around to that end where it's super red and super high up. And then we started another line down the road that's over there, over behind this outcrop, and ended it at the lovely hexagonal. We're about to run a 3rd line down into the pit. So we're gonna brave that lovely red wall where Yesenia is, through the pit, and finish up where that like road is off to the side.
Great.
Yeah, so that's what we're doing right now. It's hot. No, atsui. Hi, so these.
All right, wonderful. Any challenges you ran into with the first line? Or pretty easy going?
It's been pretty easy going. Just kicking rocks out of the way, taking notes with footage, like kind of like timestamps.
Okay.
Just so like when we get into the GPR, like looking at it, see if there's any signal changes or reflectors or anything of importance.
Okay. And so you have the GPS on this. Is that
Yes.
I assume tied into the base station?
It is. We're gonna have those lovely lines so we don't have to draw them.
Wonderful.
KMZ file straight on Google Earth.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, for the folks at home, just bear with us for a moment. We're gonna make the traverse through the little saddle in the middle of the site here, up towards the layered units on the top, where the other teams are mapping out stratigraphy and looking at observations of the rocks themselves, making some geologic descriptions. So as a point of interest for the folks at home, this is a site that is heavily used for target shooting. So the entire area is covered with clay pigeons, all kinds of shells.
This kind of texture that we see down here, this indicates ash and water interaction within the magma source. And I don't know if you can see this figure over here, but there's kind of like a white lithics here in a kind of a curvy area, and this also indicates water and magma interaction. So we chose this area for our stratigraphic column, and we were also noting the differences in the grain size from the bottom to the top, which kind of indicates explosivity within the structure. Ashley, do you want to add anything?
Okay, I guess the stream cut out for a moment, so we're waiting for it to come back.
Wait, what did you say? Huh? You said the water and stratigraphy. I could mention the other ones.
I doubt it would be really showing.
Okay, I guess we're back. All right, so I think we probably will need to start from the beginning.
The beginning?
Yep. I guess we weren't getting that the whole time.
Take that as rehearsal. Let's go again from the top. So,
Hey y'all, part 2.
Yeah.
Part 1.
So we're over here with the group that is working on geologic descriptions and stratigraphy. and I will turn it over to them to discuss what they've seen, any challenges they've run into, and sort of just general observations of this particular outcrop.
Okay, well, we're doing a stratigraphic column of this area, and we chose this place in particular because there was some interesting features that we noted. At the bottom, it's all ash deposits, but the way you can tell through the layers here, the distinctive layering indicates ash and water interaction in the magma. And there was also another source. A little bit further down, it's some white lithics, which also indicate water-magma interaction. So we thought that this would be a pretty good place to do our stratigraphic column to kind of indicate how this kind of formed. And we also noted the grain size differences, which indicate different patterns of explosivity within this creation of the structure. There is a lot of, you can't, I don't know if you can see down here, but there's slightly larger class within a finer grain ash matrix, and it kind of finds upward, but then you can see larger class again, which indicate a different type of explosivity pattern. And you kind of see this going throughout all the way into the top.
We've also seen little olivines for our olivine fans. Not as intense as rattlesnake, but they're there. And we've also seen some of the layerings of kaibab.
Which we tested with HCl.
Yeah, HCl.
I tried finding coconino and no luck, so everyone I tested was kaibab.
Yes. Yeah, I think that was it. So far.
We're still working on it. It's hot out here, guys. You should be glad you're not here right now.
Drink water.
It is toasty, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, a lot of mixing going on. But it's interesting how the layers differ really quickly from each other. We're probably going to go in depth later with the environment, like what kind of body of water we thought it like mixed with, or all the mineralogy stuff too. Yeah.
So your work so far has been over here on this particular sequence, but have you seen these outcrops or these types of layers anywhere else at the site so far?
Not yet. We've seen like scattered just because like some of it fell off. We saw a basalt unit way over there. I don't know the direction. But we were hypothesizing like at first that it was like maybe like a top unit or something. But now we think it's just like not part of like this eruption at all. It's just like way over there. But so far we kind of see it mixed.
Yeah, I think we kind of noted that the larger class that you see within here are country rock. So we were just under the assumption that most of the class that you see here that are not basaltic or came from the magma source or formed during the time of the eruption were deeper layers. So I think the strat column that we're working on will kind of help us understand how deep the eruption was and how explosive it is.
Yeah.
Great. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. All right. If there's no questions from the folks online, yeah. Sure, yeah, so again, for the folks online, we'll kind of get up on this ridge a little bit and just maybe give you a bit more of a view of the site itself. Trevor, let's head up onto the top here and we can sort of get an overview from the opposite side from the parking area where we, near where we started. All right, so yeah, so I'd say I'll point out over on this side. Hopefully you'll be able to see a road down there in this low. that is where the first line of GPR was taken by the GPR group earlier. Just for reference, they started towards the back of the site where there's these red deposits of, well, rock, I will say. I won't give anything away. But the site gets a bit more red towards the back. They started back there, did their first line sort of this direction to my right. And the second line, I think, will come down towards the other side on the left. But you can see the strat group that we were just talking with down here underneath the ledge outcrop there. Looks like the GPR group down there in the low point. And then over here to what is now my right, that rocky outcrop towards the vans is where we were talking with Astor earlier. So you can kind of get a view of the site.
Got a question from online.
Great.
Do you think some humans deposited a bunch of cinder from the cinder pit nearby here? Maybe that's why the other outcrop is so loose.
So I think that rather than depositing cinder, they were mining cinder, taking it out. The outcrop itself was loose. I think it's just naturally very friable. You can walk up to what is very clearly outcrop and pull chunks of the scoria off. So you can see the roads in here. You can see where they've clearly been mining things out, especially over here to the area that's in the camera view now, and then sort of behind the camera where you get a bit more into these red layers. Rather than depositing, I think this was an active mining area. Great question though. All right. So with that, I think we've talked with the groups, we've gotten an overview of the site. If there's no more questions online, we'll give you a minute due to the lag. But I think that's a nice overview of what's going on out here today. All right, if there's no more questions from the online group, I think we're gonna sign off for now.
Ready to start any sort of outcrop photogrammetry with the drone if any groups are ready for us to do that.
Sorry, just pausing there for the walkie-talkie communications. I think if there's no more questions from the online group, I think we got a nice survey of what's going on out here today, so I think we'll sign off for today. And yeah, we'll talk to you all online later.